great belief in himself, and I think that's what's similar, to who I was as a player. And he never stops competing. He's always moving, and he's can jump a lot higher than I did. I think he's a lot better shooter than I was, but I'm proud of the development that he's had, and his belief in us, and we have that same belief in him. But he's going to be a really good player for us.
You're here first.
Talk about what you look for in the portal. How do you manage the portal? Jacob was talking about how when he entered, he heard from people right away. He said there's people on every staff watching the portal. Do you schedule 24-hour coverage, or how do you handle the portal?
Yeah, it's new territory for us, right? And that hasn't been something we've done a lot in the past, and in the last 2 years we found that's a really good option for the right guy for us. But honestly, we have our entire coaching staff knows to look out for, and we all knew we needed one more piece to the puzzle. And when different names are brought up, and we put a lot on the table, and more times than not it's a no. And right away when his name went in there, it was a yes. It was an instant yes. And then you get to know him as a person and what he's about. Then it became, we need to have him. How soon can we get him here? And so really fortunate with Jacob. Same thing happened with Ryan Young. Kale and Max were different situations. But same thing, end of the day, we wanted them to do. And really glad they made that decision. They had other opportunities to go place him.
With Derek out all this time of practice, how has that impacted how you've kind of molded the perimeter game, the ball handling, that kind of thing?
Well, yeah, no, I mean it's definitely changes some things for our team, and you hope you can be in a better position. It's about time that Derek is back in the mix, where other players have found something that they might not have found, or our team, we can see some things and learn about our group. So it's definitely helped us in that regard. You look at our team, we don't necessarily have a lot of guards. You have Jeremy, you have Jalen, you have Tyrese as our ball handlers. We need Derek to be a ball handler for us as well. And now our wings, they can really handle it too, but I think you see the need for Derek. You see how much better he can make us, but then also you're still trying to find some different things we might not have found elsewhere, and I think we're in the process of doing that.
John, you mentioned having studied transitions,
right,
like in sports and outside of sports.
Yeah.
Which ones have you studied, and what do you think you've learned?
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you, down the line of, naturally, you study Gene Bardo, following John Wooden, right? I mean, that's just what he did. And again, it's a much different time, but I mean, I think I haven't spoken to Gene, but just reading about what he said, I mean, he talks about the noise, the noise that's in and around the program, and how do you stay laser focused on the task at hand. I could go down the line of others that I've studied in sport. You think about really successful ones, and I was able to see the Miami Heat work out recently, and Eric Spoelstra, so seeing with Pat Riley, right, and he's done an incredible job, first-time head coach. I'd rather not talk about the ones, just in business, but I've been fortunate to see a few different ones that have succeeded and have taken it to new heights, and then others not so much. And so for me, just knowing the perspective, and I think the biggest thing that I learned studying different successions and different plans is you don't want to change too much too quickly. And we've been put in a position in the last 6 months where we've had to make some serious changes, but it's because of the landscape of college basketball. And the core of who we are as a program, the core of our values and what we stand for, that's never going to change with me. That to me is responsibility to carry it forward, but not with a crazy amount of change.
Is this something in terms of the studying that you've been doing in the past, the summer, or how does that process begin?
Yeah, I did it actually during the interview process, and every night I was doing it. Every night, just looking at different plans, and not plans, but different successions, different experiences, and talking to different people who I knew, and that really helped me have a better understanding of the challenges that were ahead, but also being very intentional about the decisions that we make.
Coach Scheyer.
How
how much does it play a factor that Derek and Kyle are versatile and being able to go outside the perimeter? How much does that kind of influence how much you can do with the rest of the player?
Yeah, it's a big factor. I mean, it really starts first with who our team is, who our guys are, and we have a different kind of team. And I don't mean that. I mean that in a positive way. I mean, we can play a very unique style this year, whereas we're not going to be a post-up team. We just don't have those kinds of players, and you have Jeremy Roach and Tyrese Proctor in pick and roll being really good. We're going to put them in pick and roll, and so I could go down the line. But for us, we're each day we personalize a little bit more because each day we find out a little bit more about this group. But the versatility and the uniqueness of our bigs, our guards, I think allows us to play, really a NBA kind of style in college, and that's something we hope to be able to execute.
As you learn about your guys like that, where do you fit Derek into that? Because obviously not having him out there, you're a little further behind on knowing what he can do compared to the rest of the team.
Well, we know he's capable of a lot, and I think it would be foolish for me to sit here and say that exactly how we're going to use Derek or how he fits in, because he needs to go out there and do it and to see it and to learn more about him and on a day-to-day basis. And we'll get that opportunity soon. And honestly, I mean, the season evolves, each team evolves. We have time for that to develop. We don't have time to. There's a sense of urgency right now. But as far as the evolution of our team, that's going to happen throughout the course of the season.
Oh, Coach, and I apologize if this has been asked already. Jennifer Lewis, New Stitch Media. Sorry. Hi. And it may kind of be an unfair question since it's your first year as head coach. But with the advent of the NIL, have you seen a change in the mindset of any of the players, like either at Duke or any other teams, with the financial security being a little more aplomb?
Yeah, I really haven't noticed a change in our guys. I can't speak to other. I don't know about other teams or other players, but one, it's an amazing thing because our guys have had the opportunity to. When you think about the travel for families to come, visit. When you think about lodging, and you think about some of our guys, their backgrounds, just being able to be more comfortable before, of course, most of our guys have big aspirations of being drafted after the year and going high, and that's a significant amount of money, but what they've been able to do now is a big deal. As far as a change, I haven't noticed a change. I sense still as big of a hunger as ever. Team chemistry, it's been rock solid with this group, and no matter NIL aside, you always have playing time. Steve's playing more than I am. I'm playing more than he is. So I don't know how much they talk about personally, but it's been a great thing, and I can't tell you any significant change or anything that I've noticed with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
How have you had to straddle the line between, obviously Duke has a history of success and it's got a foundation, you want to carry a lot of those things over while also trying to put some ownership of things that you might want to be different, and what are some of those things that have been important to you to sort of instill and say, hey, these are valuable to me, these are important to me, even if we haven't done them quite this way in the past?
I think you can't make the right decision if you're not informed in the first place, and I try to make sure that I'm making decisions from an informative standpoint. And I really want my coaches, people on staff to push me, challenge me, and they have, and that's something that I've welcomed. But then honestly, at the end of the day, you have to follow your instincts. You can't overthink it. You have to make too many decisions on the fly. And so the preparation has been key in that, and really having a great understanding of who I am, more importantly, who our program is. And then, you're going to make decisions that we're not going to make any decisions to be different just to be different. And we're not going to make decisions just because we've done something for a long time just to do it. But the values, the core of our program, I'm always making decisions to carry that forward.
We got time for one more. Everybody wants one.
Yeah, does Coach K get his puppy trained?
I think so. I haven't seen the puppy. I haven't seen him in some time, but I think so.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you guys. Appreciate it.